Yo, 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 what's poppin', everybody? It's your boy Grim bringing you another video today. And we're going to be doing something a little bit different. This is going to be strictly talking, no gameplay. I would like to warn you, there are going to be spoilers in this video for Persona 5 Royal. So if you haven't played it, please click away. But we all know that Persona fans never play their favorite games, so you don't care about spoilers anyways. Regardless of that, I've been replaying through the game again. I've played it a few times, so let's just not get into it. Let's just not get into it like that. I thought about doing this wacky tier list, and it's gonna be how good are the characters from Persona 5 Royal as roommates? We're gonna find out today, and well, I'm gonna tell you my opinions on them. I don't care what you think. This is my tier list. I usually would have the boys with me, but they're passed out right now, and I'm putting this video out tomorrow. So it's gonna be nice, quick, mostly me talking shit. I'm not gonna lie, it's mostly gonna be just me talking shit. So let's just get right into it. So I have it as don't leave. This is the best roommate you will ever have. This is great. I like them. I don't really want them to leave. I wouldn't be upset if they moved on and did bigger and better things or bought a house or something like that. You're kind of a mid roommate. You do the bare minimum, and I'm kind of okay with you living here. But I mean, I could easily find another roommate and see how it goes with the next one over staying. This is absolute ass. I don't care if this is a curse word or anything like that. This is ass. So I don't really like you living here. I'm probably gonna move out on the next lease, and I'd prefer not to live with you again. Please fucking leave. Please leave the bottom tier. I don't ever want to see your face again. I want to break this lease, and I want you to get out of my house. So let's just get right into it. The SIU director, I feel like he would be and you can stay. Man's probably never home. He's probably paying most of the rent, and I don't know, he's kind of an asshole, but like I said, he's probably never going to be home. So I feel like and you can stay. This is not a bad deal. Things will be moving around, by the way. Maruki, this man is probably cooped up in his room all the time doing research, and then, you know, he tries to change the world and everything to be a better place. I feel like he'd be this is great. I don't feel like I would see him enough to say don't leave, but he's probably a solid roommate. And I'm gonna say this out on a whim. I feel like he also like never cleans. I feel like he makes his food and then he leaves his mess everywhere. So that's where I'm gonna put Maruki. This is great, but like could be better. Kasumi / Samire. I feel like she'd be a don't leave. She's a really good person at heart. She's very cleanly. She takes care of herself. Like, I feel like she'd be a great roommate. I don't know how I don't know, man. I feel like she'd be a good ass roommate. I feel like she'd make you dinner every week and then apologize if it wasn't done on time. I feel like that's the type of girl that she is. Like, so moving on. Jose, this is probably ass. He's a child. He probably doesn't have that much money. He drinks flowers, which is kind of fucking weird. He gives people free shit for flowers and stamps. Yeah, this man would never pay his rent. I don't think I'd want to really live with him for that long, but I guess I could deal with it of some form. This bro Kaneshiro, probably a please leave. Man is part of the mafia. People are probably getting shot at your house. Your doors probably have so many bullet holes in them that your AC and your heater don't actually help whatsoever. It's as hot as it is outside as it is inside of your house because of the fucking bullet holes. Also, there's probably a shit ton of drugs at your house, so you probably get raided a couple times, and then you'll probably get arrested because you live with this man. So just get the fuck out of my house. Okumura, honestly, I feel like he's an and you can stay as well. Man's probably always on the phone, works from home about 4 days a week out of the 5, is constantly yelling at his employees even in the middle of the night. Plus he has a kid you'd have to deal with. I I feel like he'd be and you could stay, but I prefer not to live with you again. Actually, I'm gonna put him down in This Is Ass. I feel like he'd be an ass roommate. Madarame, I feel like is also in This Is Ass. I feel like I would rather, I don't know, I feel like he's in between Okumura and Jose. I feel like he just gaslight you on everything. I feel like he would have all this suspicious money, but he would never be home. His bills would maybe be on time, but I feel like he's just gonna gaslight you about everything and make it seem like it's your fault. So I'm gonna go with This Is Ass. Shido, I feel like who he is as a person outside is probably not the same at home. I feel like he's gonna be an you can stay. Man's probably not home a lot, but he's probably an asshole. And I would also say, nah, I'm gonna keep him here. I feel like he would try to take control of the house even if you owned it, and then he would ask you to give it to him just because he's a politician. I feel like he's that type of person. So moving on. Lavenza, I don't know where to put her, like, whatsoever. I feel like she would be great, but it'd be kind of weird living with her. Also, do you think if she was living with you, she'd be in the butterfly form or her like her velvet room form? Also, would you have to live in the velvet room? Like, how does Igor feel about, like, technically Lavenza being his roommate? I don't know. I feel like as a who Lavenza is as a person, I'm gonna keep her in This Is Great, but only because I feel like Igor has it pretty easy, and we're gonna base his roommate or her roommate abilities based on, like, Igor. Joker, I feel like he'd be a This Is Great. I don't know how I'd feel though, because, like, technically during P5 he's a criminal, so your house is probably being watched, but, like, if theoretically if this was, like, after the game, everything's chill, but we're gonna go, like, based on, like, during the game. So I'm thinking he'll be in This Is Great. He does whatever you ask him to. He'll make curry for himself. He pretty much takes care of himself. Actually, I'm gonna leave him in a don't leave, because Joker's a great person and everything. However, I feel like he also just he would never be home because he's always out, like, doing palaces and stuff like that. Plus, if you think about it, Sojiro was partly his roommate, and Sojiro got arrested for that, man, because of the things that take place in, like, the 7th arc of the game. So I feel like this is gonna be This Is Great, but I don't think it would be like a don't leave like Kasumi. I feel like she can be and you can stay. Yeah, she pretty and all, but she probably doesn't take care of her. Actually, I feel like she's at the bottom of This Is Great. Never mind, I take it back. I think she'd be in This Is Great because she's been on her own for so long that it would just make sense if she was, like, a good roommate, because she can probably clean up after herself. She can clean, she can do all that. She's not really in debt or anything, so you're not at risk of losing your house. So, like, I feel like she'd be in This Is Great, but I definitely not above, I feel like, these three. The twins, I feel like, are gonna be a please leave. First of all, get out of my house, and second of all, I don't see them being good roommates like Lavenza. I feel like they would make you do everything in the house and then blame you if anything goes wrong, even if they did it. They'd probably short out the microwave and blame your shitty ass house. Chihaya, I feel like I don't really know how she would be outside of, like, fortune telling and everything, but she's from a small town. I feel like she'd be like and you can stay, you're kind of fucking weird and you rip people off, which, I mean, but you pay your bills, so, like, you go ahead, like, you don't mind you living here. Futaba probably be like a This Is Ash during the game, because she doesn't clean up after herself, like, ever. She's constantly sleeping. She doesn't really leave her room, but then she asks for curry. So I feel like she'd be in a This Is Ass, but I think above Jose. Jose's just fucking weird. I like him as a character, but he would be an ass roommate. Let me just say, I feel like all four of these people are just ass as roommates. Akechi, I feel like who he is in a professional manner and, like, on an outside level, depending on how close you are with your roommates, I feel like he would be above On and Lavenza, honestly. Actually, I feel like he'd be, like, right below Joker. Gotta keep those boys together. But yeah, I think with these two, they're both fairly similar. Akechi probably has more like real world responsibilities he has to take care of on a daily basis, which I think it would just pretty much be like living with a normal adult you don't really talk to often. Haru, probably right around this area. I think I don't know. I feel like she can make a good cup of coffee, but she's probably so like out of touch with everything in life that she has no fucking idea what she's doing living on her own. Which granted, she kind of figures it out, but like I'm gonna keep her in This Is Ass. I don't know. I don't think the situation is great for would be living with Haru. I'm gonna try to speed through the rest unless I have a lot of things to say. I think Hifumi would be in like a I don't know, because like it seems like she gets taken care of by her parents a lot, and she's like she wouldn't really know what to do on her own. Also, I think she would get homesick and never be home, which would result in her maybe like not paying her bills occasionally. So I think she's gonna be in like I'm gonna put her in like This Is Great, but like I feel like it could be better. Oh yeah, please fucking leave. I do not like her as really much as a character. She fucking constantly smells like booze. She's never home. And I feel like she's so inconsistent. I feel like she'd be so inconsistent with her rent payments that I would almost... I think Konoshiro and the twins are worse, but I would rather just never live with her. I feel like she'd be awful. Makoto, probably a don't leave. She knows how to take care of everything. She'll probably treat you really good if you're her roommate, as long as you treat her good. I feel like that one would just be a solid roommate, but under Kasumi, I think. Morgana is a cat who doesn't fucking like cats. I don't mind living with this man. Just please shut up. I don't want you to talk. Aiwa seems like a great dad. I think I'm gonna put him like above Joker and Akechi, because I feel like this man is like so close to being such a perfect roommate. But like, for one, he's kind of an asshole to everybody. But like, plus he has a son, so you also have to take into account he's gonna have like 2 different people to take care of instead of just himself. But I think he'd be an overall good roommate, just because like he's technically a dad and he seems like a good dad during all the events of the game. Ryuji, I gotta be honest, I feel like it'd be you can stay. You're inconsistent on everything you do and you're super high strung, and I feel like there's a couple holes in the wall because of this man. So you definitely wouldn't be getting your security deposit back. Kawakami, this is ass. I'm sorry. I feel like I'd put her above Haru, but I don't think she'd be that good of a roommate either. One, teacher salaries are like super fucking ass, so she's probably living paycheck to paycheck. And 2, she's kind of, I just feel like she wouldn't be, I feel like she's good at cooking and cleaning, all that, but I feel like personality wise it'd be really hard to live with her like throughout the game. So I think I'm gonna keep her in This Is Ass. I prefer not to live. I think it'd almost be better if we just broke the lease and you just dipped. Shinya, I wouldn't want to live with this kid because then I would have to do all the work and pay for him. So I'm gonna put a please leave, don't come into my house. I like him as a character, but like please leave my house. Takemi, she a doctor, bro. She probably makes fucking bank. She'll give you the fucking 9 a.m. dick flattenings. And she probably gonna take care of you and dom you. So like I feel like she deserves to be in a don't leave. Who doesn't like a big, who doesn't like the goth doc? Because I do. I love goth doc. A politician, I feel like he'd be a decent roommate. I feel like he'd be like I don't know, he seems like a good wise man, but I feel like as soon as I walk in the living room, he wouldn't stop talking to me before I gotta go to bed, and I would never get anything productive done. So I'm gonna put you can stay, but like my life would be super disorganized more than it already is. Wakaba died, so please leave. I'm not even gonna include her. Really, I'm just gonna put her in please leave. She's dead. It doesn't matter. She died. Mishima, I feel like he's a This Is Great below. Honestly, I feel like I'd have him more than On and Hifumi. This man probably does everything he needs to do to make sure you're not pissed off at him, and he probably pays his bills on time and got good credit. So like I'm gonna leave him here. Yusuke, I don't want him to live with me either. I feel like he's like here. I feel like he's This Is Ass. He's really weird. He's a good artist and everything, but I feel like I'd never have food in my house. I would not once ever have food in my house, and he would not once pitch in for bills. He looks like he's freeloading and couch surfing. So this is ass for sure. I don't want him staying with me. Kobayakawa, dude, he's dead. Get the fuck out of my face. Sojiro, honestly, I'm gonna put him in Don't Leave right below the dock. He seems great. He's got that dad figure, you know. He probably, dude, he makes a mean cup of coffee, some good ass curry. He'll probably make that like every night. If you like, even if you're not home, he's gonna make sure you got to play the curry. I feel like Sojiro is the perfect, like one of the perfect roommates. I'm gonna drop Morgana down to like here, just because he's a cat, and I feel like these four are like perfect roommates. Sei, you know, big tall mommy, I think is above Morgana. Who wouldn't want to live with her? But she would never be home. I feel like she would be pissed off, and then I feel like she would come in for 5 minutes, make a mess, clean up half of it, and then dip. I feel like it'd be great living with her for like 95% of the time, but I feel like the other 5% of the time it would look like her house won't, like, had a bomb go off. This girl tried to kill herself, so how would she pay her rent? I feel like this is ass. I feel like I would rather have her more than Yusuke. And Kamoshida, this dude is kind of a perv. Probably has a bunch of bitches at the house, and he'd probably leave his musky ass scent everywhere. I would prefer if he just left. I would almost get, I don't know if I'd rather get raided by the mafia versus having Kamoshida live with me. Yeah, I think this is how I'd go if it went to roommates. I feel like I'd perfectly pick these four. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, I think I would rather have, I think Sojiro and the doctor are like my top two roommates. I think would probably be for the best. And then I think these two are just like super good, but not as goated as these two. I feel like this kind of turned out a little bit more differently than I expected, but like I feel like it's kind of accurate, at least in my mind, and my mind alone is the person who did this tier list. So I mean, like, you could either watch it or you could not. It is what it is. I hope y'all enjoyed how this really more chatty video. I won't do these often, but I generally was interested in doing something like this. So I hope y'all have a wonderful night, and I'll see you next video. Peace out.